Hi friends, this is Becky Lewis in Central Indiana, and I was just going over one of these sky cams here at the Webcams de Mexico, one of the many places at Webcams de Mexico. I want to show you something here. And check this out, and this is before sunrise. I'm just going to creep it up a little bit so you can see how bright white this light gets before the sun even comes up. But that's not what I want to show you. This is the first one that happens, and then what I'm about to show you happens again. If you remember the video I did last week about the crazy whipping sunbeam, you've got to see this. Okay, here comes the sun finally. After we've had all this bright white light, check that out. Here comes the sun finally. Now, check this out, friends. Watch this thing over here. Another one of these crazy whipping sunbeams. And check out. Look at the size and shape of those lens flares. But check this out. I'll go up a little bit more. Here, check this thing out. Just what in the heck? What in the heck is with this thing? And you can actually see distortion. Can you see that around the outside of that? It's like a distortion. And it's definitely not connected like these sunbeams are, going all the way to the sun. But this thing is just so freaky. And then farther up, it does it again. I just want to let you watch that for just a second here. So here we're at 7:16, so I actually passed one of the things where it was starting to do it. But just look at that, it's completely separate from the sun. What in the heck? Another crazy, disconnected, sort of moving sunbeam. I'm going to move up a little bit because it stops and then starts again. There it goes. Look at this. Look at this crazy thing whipping all over the place, friends. What in the heck? Really? What do you think? I mean, I was pretty convinced on the last one that maybe it was just a loose spider web or something flopping back and forth, but this is in a different place now, and it's doing crazy things. Almost like a spotlight all over the land. Look at that. And what do you think could be causing that? Look, you can see it's completely separate from a sunbeam. It's not even like one of the sunbeams. It's just completely separate. Just like on that other video where it was not connected. Okay, so I guess it's done there for a minute. I'm going to move it up a little and see if it does it anymore where I may have missed it. There it is. Look at that. Holy crud. What in the world, friends? What do you think? What do you think that is? Where'd it go now? There it is. Now it's all the way up over here. Barely visible. Okay, well I'm going to move up a little more and see if it gets more intense again. That is just crazy. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, what do you think? What time is it here now on this video? 8:37. What in the heck, friends? Well, if you have any ideas what it is, please feel free to comment below. I just don't have a clue what could be doing that. That is just remarkable. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm tempted to let it run, but then to try and do a time lapse would be useless, because then it would be gone that fast. I don't know, friends. What do you think? That's just bizarre. I mean, all the bizarre things we have in the sky, what the heck? What could be causing that reflection on the ground like that to whip so far back and forth and blank out? And I do not know. Well, I'm going to go ahead and move this up anyway. There it is. Again, still. Huh. Okay, well, moving on. Good grief. I guess it is still continuing on and on, friends. Let me go further up then this time. See? There it is still. Just a couple more times. There. It's still there. Okay, moving up. Sorry, buddy. My cat's not happy about the lap arrangement. I'm having to lean over to do this, and it was squashing him. Okay, well, I'm not seeing anything else at the moment. I'll come back to this later and check to see, because right now it's at its end and it's live. So, okay, where are we at? 10 a.m., something like that. Yeah, 10:04. So, okay, friends, well, that's it. That's it for now. I'll have to, now I'll keep my eye out for these whipping sunbeams. Whatever they are. Not really sunbeams, but they sure seem to only be when the sun is out. So, interesting. Something else to look for and figure out. Or not, but just be curious about. So, okay, that's it. Have a good day. Bye for now. Stay curious.